see here. Make sure it's set up right. Cool. All right. Bidur, nice to meet you. My name's Chris. I'm with Denver Public Schools. So I heard you're interested in becoming a food service worker in one of our cafeterias. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions about that, just kind of get a feel for where you are skills-wise. Have you ever worked in a kitchen before?
Only at home and
Yeah.
like to be just like sometime in church and sometime in birthday party.
Mhm. So you've done parties with like
Yeah.
big numbers of people. That's good, because I mean, at the school, it's like you're feeding like
No.
1,000 students a day. So it's good that you've worked with parties before. That's definitely something we look for. Um, so with even at home, like, do you know about stock rotation?
Sorry.
Stock rotation, like when you get a new order from a truck of food.
Sometime.
Yeah, but are you familiar with the term first in, first out?
I can't understand.
So basically, for short, it's called FIFO. It's like when the first order that you received is given out first.
Yeah.
And then the order that comes in after that, you process this first order first and, make the food, serve it to the kids before you move on to the next. So that's FIFO. It's gonna be an essential part of this job to be able to like rotate stock and kind of keep track of, especially labeling and dating things. That's essential. Yeah. What kind of kitchen appliances are you familiar with?
Kitchen plan.
Like stoves, mixers, like stand mixers.
Yeah, sometime.
Yeah, but you know the little countertop models.
Mm,
Have you worked with those before?
no.
Well, the little countertop ones are essentially the same as like the big floor mixers. So
No, I never use that mixture.
yeah, no problem. These are all straightforward things to train someone on in an afternoon. Um, all right. So you say you cook at home a lot?
Sorry.
You cook at home a lot?
Yeah.
So you know how to use a knife?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, that's yeah. Knife skills are also they're a great thing to have. So have you worked like within a team setting before with multiple people? Let's say it's like you and 4 or 5
Yeah.
other people working for the same goal.
Yes.
Nice.
Mm,
That's yeah. Like in a kitchen like this, you're gonna be working with probably like 6,
yeah.
maybe like different days, a different set of people.
Yes. Yes, I do with my brothers and uncles. They are the cookmen of Hotel Kamakshi, and they had that been work in IM migration office. At the time, I work with them.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Team settings always so when you were in this team setting or any team setting outside of like cooking, maybe if like a previous job you worked like construction or something along those lines, or even farming, like when you were in that team setting, were you in a position where you managed other people?
You mean uh, somebody? I have given work to somebody.
Yeah, that's a basically like supervising, managing, or like you're the boss type deal. So you're giving out jobs to the people below you.
Yeah, in Nepal,
Nice.
I have given work to my brothers.
Hmm.
They are my neighbors,
Yeah,
and I gave them a job for
nice.
transportation of I have worked in cargo office. At the time, I gave them to work for the shipment to delivery
Hmm.
to yes.
Nice. That's a great it's a great skill to have, management. All right. So when you were in this management role, did you encounter or any sort of like team situation or like group situation? Have you encountered a conflict with another person, like a disagreement or
No, I can't.
no?
No, because all the time, you know, when I'm work with my friends,
Mm.
they are so close and they help me to how to work
Mm.
and they teach me and also I learn from them
Nice.
how to use knife, how to make chocolates, how to make chicken.
Mm.
So
Nice.
yeah.
That's good. All right. So let's say you you're in a situation with three other people, and you have to. Let's say your menu says you're serving chicken that day. Say you're serving chicken for, let's say, 20 people, and at the last minute, one of those 20 people like does not eat chicken. They eat fish or some other form of like vegetarian basically or pescatarian or something along those lines. Um, how would you overcome that challenge?
Yeah, how you mean how I have to manage the time to cook them, to supply them?
Um, Almost, not quite. It's more of a situation where you encountered something unexpected. How would you cope with the stresses involved with that?
I have to make a schedule for the time
Mm-hmm.
and what time I have to cook with what food,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to just make the delivery to them,
Yeah,
and in what time I have to prepare another food, and I mean I have to work with schedule.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, time management is it's a great thing to have. Okay, so when you're in this institutional like public school type of food service environment, you're gonna be dealing with lots of large quantities.
Mhm.
So let's say in this situation, your manager comes to you and says like, "Hey, Bidur, like I know you're busy, but I have 20 gallons of beef stew on the stove, and I need to chill that rapidly to properly cool it." what would be your first step in that process? So,
Yeah.
like the big stock pot on the stove, it's really hot. You
Mm.
need to cool it down rapidly. What would you do?
I need help from somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I have to do that work,
Mhm.
and I have to work it properly, and I have to give time, first time to the manager
Mhm.
or uh, the chief's order.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what the tips order? What would you do in that order?
For tips,
Uh,
sorry, can I?
you said tips order, uh, like that tips order.
Not chips, yes,
Yeah.
I mean this one. Not chips.
Oh, yeah, chef.
Safe.
Gotcha. Um, so you would basically, if you didn't know how to approach that situation, you would ask the chef for some pointers on that.
Yes.
Nice. That's yeah, especially in a kitchen environment. If you're unsure of anything, it's always good to ask.
Yes.
All right. So, if you're under like a high pressure situation where we'll go back to the food service examples, and you're working like the cash register, and you're selling like pizza to the students or juice or sodas or something like that, and you're under like a lot of pressure. It's a very like stressful, high, like tense situation. How would you cope with that pressure and stress?
Yeah, probably at the time I'll just uh, manage. I have to manage the time.
Mhm.
After all, I have to did the work by step. What they order, or
Mhm.
if they order sandwich, I have to cook sandwich first, and if they order chicken, then I have to prepare the chicken, so that after timely, I'll
Yeah.
manage all those things.
But let's say outside of the timing, like
Yeah,
what do you usually do like personally to cope with stress?
yeah. I'll do the work
Yeah.
too fast.
Yeah.
I'll make my work as busy.
Mhm.
I'll do all the work faster than other time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you would say that in a high stress situation, you're still able to keep a clear mind and focus on your time management? Nice.
Yes.
Alright. So I'm sure you're familiar with kitchens. It's a lot of standing for like, basically your entire workday, like 6 hours or so. Are you comfortable standing for 6 hours in one place?
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. I mean, you walk around, but you're always on your feet.
Yeah. Although
Yeah.
I work when I am work in Nepal.
Mhm.
You know, all the I mostly I have to work for 10 hours in Nepal.
Yeah.
When I am working
Mhm.
construction at that time, yes, I have habit to stand for 6 hours,
Yeah.
8 hours.
Yeah. It's yeah. It wears on you after a while. Questions. So as well as like standing for 6 hours, you're able to like lift like anywhere from like 20 to 50 pounds. Like let's say like a big bag of flour. For this kitchen, it's gonna come in like a 50-pound sack. You have to around a 60-pound sack of flour.
It's so hard.
Yeah,
You know.
but you think you'd be able to do it? You
Yeah.
consider yourself to be in good physical condition.
Yeah, I have to
Nice.
able for that time, with shoe. Uh,
Yeah,
it's almost I have to do, and it's so neat. I
mm,
have to do it. And
yeah,
almost I have to do it because I am in work.
gotcha.
Yes.
But let's say like you get a delivery, and then for some weird reason, it's like just this 100-pound box of something. Let's say like cans of tomatoes. It's just like a big 100-pound box. Like, would you feel comfortable asking someone else to help you move this box of tomatoes?
Um, you mean the potatoes, tomatoes box is maybe about 100 pounds?
Yeah, like you would ask someone else to give you a hand with that.
Mm, not no, but if it is so heavy, then
Mhm.
I'll need a friend. I
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
ask a help.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. So, working for the public schools, we cannot really offer you transportation. Do you have a way to get to and from work reliably? Like, do you have a car or a bus pass or something that?
Yeah, I have bus pass, no car.
Nice. Would you be willing to work up to like 30 miles from where you live currently?
Yeah, if my work is almost start at 9,
Mm.
and my work is almost about 30 miles, I have to walk before 7. I
Mm.
think already at 7 o'clock. If my work is about 8 o'clock,
Mm.
sometime maybe if there is, there is so much busy, the traffic is so much
Yeah.
busy at the time. I
Yeah.
must work already in the 6 o'clock, early 6 a.m. or
Mm.
6 p.m.
Yeah.
If my work is at night time at the 8, I have to work early in at 6 or 6:30 to
Yeah.
reach my job
Gotcha.
as in time.
But you're willing to travel.
Yeah,
That's good. Because I mean, public school system's very vast.
yeah.
I mean, schools are all over Denver, so you could live a distance away where we need you. So you've talked a lot about time management and your ability to kind of manage your time and your tasks. Would you consider yourself to be a punctual person, like showing up on time and?
Yeah, I think.
Nice. So let's say you encountered an employee in the dry storage or something, and they have their backpack and they're just taking cans of food or just bags of food, and they're just stealing all the food from the school. What would you do in that situation?
I'm just.
Um, so you caught one of your colleagues stealing. What would you do in that situation?
You mean when I am work, and if somebody is calling me?
No, no. No, like you went into the dry storage to get, let's say, a can of beans
Yes.
for the students, and you saw one of the other employees that you work with stealing food for their own. They're taking all the food home with them.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Ah, no problem.
You know, that's not good
Yeah.
habit.
Definitely.
Yeah. Mm. when the boss will saw that sort of activities which is
Mhm.
done by employee, at the time the employee may be fired from the work,
Mhm.
and it is so difficult to fire from any jobs,
Yeah.
and from next time you never get a job for
Yeah.
anywhere else. It's so bad to store
Yeah.
some goods or some fruits from the store.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you would you report that employee to the supervisor?
No, I'll just tell employee to just don't do like that. This
Mhm.
or don't repeat this sort of activity
Yeah.
against. And if he is keeping on to showing his behavior likes again and again,
Mhm.
then only I have to report to the manager or
Yeah.
supervisor at the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if you caught him the first time, you would kind of tell him you would tell him what he's doing is wrong and to
Yeah.
put it back. And then if you caught him a second time, then you would tell the supervisor.
Yes.
Gotcha. Cool. Just making sure. All right. Do this all over really quick. Just a couple more questions, and we'll head back out. So we talked about the stealing, and you caught someone stealing something, and that after the first time, you would tell them, no, that's bad.
I'll just
Which
suggest him
yeah,
to don't do like this.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you would trust that employee to listen to what you're saying and hope that he doesn't do it again. But what that word trust, what does that mean to you personally?
Mm, so trust, the word trust.
Yeah, like what does that mean to you?
Yeah, you know, sometime we have to listen our friends what they are suggest to
Mm,
do us, that it's good or not,
mm,
and probably we have to trust
mm.
him, because the man's behaviors is so difficult to understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and uh, if he's just getting the bad but positive things,
Mm.
after all, if I can trust you,
Uh-huh.
and if you are just behavior with me as like be positive all the
Mm.
time, and if you are going to mm, you know sometime will just disobey
Mm.
to the some person.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, trust is it's a big thing in the cooking world, and everybody has different.
Yeah, if somebody is uh, trust on you,
Mhm.
and don't get bad benefits, or
Mhm.
don't gets the negative sense after him or her.
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. Just double checking this here. All right. So a lot of things in kitchens revolve around the whole idea of trust and communication. So if one of your fellow employees is like, "Hey, Bidur, could you maybe grab something for me? And you say like, yeah, I will. But then you don't, like, it means like you kind of like broke your word. Or do you feel like, personally, like you stand for what you say and you believe in what you say and you actually like you follow up on your words with actions?
Not, no, it's not to do like that, but if the time and situation is,
Mhm.
good to did the laws
Mhm.
for that things, maybe we did it sometime. But uh, after all, if you did like this, that,
Mhm.
and here, sometime he just thinking about and realize it our mistake, that uh, I did it good or bad, and from next time if your friends we asked him or her as like that,
Uh-huh.
and you may suggest him or her about that things and don't repeat those things and don't makes me to work as like that,
Mhm.
because it is so bad.
But I guess the question really comes down to, do you believe that you're a man of your word? So
Mm,
like, let's say someone asks you to cover one of their shifts, and you say like, yeah, like I will be able to cover your shift on Tuesday or something. Normally you don't work on Tuesday, but you're helping this guy. Let's say he has like to take his kid somewhere to a doctor's appointment, and you say like, yeah, like I can cover for you on Tuesday. Are you gonna follow up with that?
yes, I have to do
Yeah,
it. uh,
yeah,
Sometime, sometimes we have work, and
yeah.
if my friend is off
Mm-hmm.
at the job, and I have to ask help from him or her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that it's I have to do it. That if somebody is asking me to help,
Mm-hmm.
I have to help him or her, and they maybe help me when
Yeah,
I have to work for, sometime I have an appointment. I
yeah,
have to meet with my doctors, to meet with teachers. My
definitely.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, sounds good. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for interviewing with us.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
too.
That's it.